Welcome to another Escape Route stream. Today, we are hopefully finishing Dracamar. Not that I'm not enjoying it, it's just there's so many games this month. And I promise I will finish this, but hopefully today. We're 60% of the way through. We were 30% at the end of the first stream, 60% at the end of the second stream. So, following that logic, if we go a little tiny bit more, maybe we'll finish this today. Maybe that's the... Maybe that's my my theory. And to be fair, that's 62% probably of everything in the game. And you know, we've missed stuff here and there as we've gone through. I'm just announcing the live stream on the Discord, and then I'm ready to go. I really can't tab out now because I've already got the game open. So there we go. Stream announcement made. Let's jump straight back into it. So where have I been past couple of days? Work. Work, tiredness, generally just sort of like taking some time out. Hey, Jacob! And kind of getting my head around where I want to take my content production over the next short while. And basically I want to go into sort of like the data sort of archaeology kind of route, because, you know, let's face it, I kind of do that already with some Sushi Bites games that I cover, are like very specific versions of things, you know, so I already kind of do that stuff to begin with. Let's have a look. About 10 years ago, I fell and some pieces of teeth fell out. Yesterday at the dentist, and a piece fixed. Luckily, it turned out that I could have gotten a hole if it had been left. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're getting your teeth seen to now. ERB is gonna admit to something on live stream that's, you know, a bit embarrassing, but also self-inflicted. I don't look after my teeth. I'm terrible for that. A lot of people would say it's laziness, but the more I look into it, it's potentially like it's potentially a spectrum thing. But I really should look after my teeth before it's too late. Especially since I have such a nice smile. So I've got to try and figure out where the next level is. What I'm missing. There's a way to get over to the right-hand side of the map, and I haven't quite figured it out yet. So presumably the way to get there is somewhere on the right-hand side of the map. So I'll do some digging into that. But first, I noticed we had a Tatanet level that we haven't done, so we can go ahead and do that. The new Xbox achievement badges. Oh yeah, I saw those. They go on profiles, right? And they have them for like certain amounts. So I guess I would have the 100,000 one. I haven't seen them in use yet. I got my eye on that million, you know. I kind of want it, but a million gamer score. That would never. I would never get that. Urban outfit. Right. So another Tatanet level done. Continue working my way around this sort of corner of the map, looking for anything that just I haven't done yet. 3 red seeds. Okay, where's the farm? Maybe 2040. 2040 for a million gamer score. If I, you know, won the lottery and had, like, an absolute massive amount of spare time, maybe I could see it happening. If I played nothing but Xbox and rinsed everything on Game Pass, maybe I could get to, like, 300,000. And then going through everything in my Xbox 360 library. Okay, here we go. This is the part of the map I haven't been to yet. Well, one part of the map I haven't been yet. Farm's not available. Let's have a look. Raging River. Rolling logs. No way. That's like one of my favorite video game archetypes. A long time ago, I was planning to do a video where I literally cover every video game that I've found with rolling logs and try to find the earliest example. And I'm still thinking about making that video. The earliest example I could find was Super Mario Bros. 2. And I assumed that the rolling logs were probably, like, in, like, a Looney Tunes cartoon or something, like, years before it was in a video game. Like, there's probably some, like, Looney Tunes cartoon or, like, Tex Avery cartoon or something where a character runs on rolling logs down a river. Oh, cool. Kind of like Super Mario Bros. 2. Super Mario Land 2. Is it Super Mario Land 2? No. Super Mario Land 2, you're in a bubble and you fly with it. I'm thinking Linus Spacehead on the NES. What do I want to make? A video going over instances of logs floating down rivers in video games. Like, typically, usually platformers, right? Where you have to, like, jump on logs going down a river or a waterfall. And I've noticed that a lot of platformers do it. A lot of, like, old retro games. And it could potentially originate from, like, old cartoons. Like, maybe from, like, old Looney Tunes or something. Because once you think about it, you've played and seen a lot of video games that have waterfalls with logs going down them. Like, you've seen a ton. It's very common. Which was the first? Where did the idea come from? Like, you really gotta wonder, didn't you? What could be the origin of logs? The name I was going to give the video was Who's Squeezing Out Logs, which, you know, it's a bit crass. But, like, who's squeezing out those logs that you platform on? Who's squeezing them out? Do you count ice going down rivers? That's not particularly logs. Unless the ice is shaped like a log, then it might count. But no, it has to be a log basically for it to count. First log was Frogger. Yeah! Well, Frogger has you jumping on logs to get across a river. You know, Frogger never even occurred to me. It's not a platformer, but it does have you moving across logs. Could Frogger be the originator of it? I think in platformers, I think Mario Brothers 2. But Frogger's influence is massive, and it's easily possible that Mario Brothers 2 is influenced by Frogger. That is entirely possible. You've opened up like a line of inquiry that I hadn't considered. Yeah. A lot of platformers do, and I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the very first example? In my head, for a platformer, it's Mario Brothers 2. Because it has them in level 1-1. But it's entirely possible that Mario Brothers 2, like, copied from somewhere else. That is entirely possible. Anything else up here? Nope. Do I, if I have that logs thing backed up somewhere, then I've got like a whole bunch of examples in it. Adam's Family on SNES. Adam's Family on SNES. Let me see if I got this this document in my Google Keep or not. Logs. No matching results. Okay. So it's going to be somewhere in my documents. I have to go looking for... You know what? I will make a new one. I'll make a new one. Title, logs. Right. Okay, Adam's Family added to the list. And I can collate. I think it was on the original list. But I'm not super sure. Because I did ask Soybomb at the time, and Soybomb would definitely have brought up something like Adam's Family. Oh, that's just a kill plane. Okay. Put a kill plane there. Punishing me for platforming. Arseholes. I have now lost more stars trying to platform across there than I gained. Those stars are there just to fool you. Just to trick you. You don't need them. What happens if I go all the way back over here? I can take the slide again. Okay, cool. Why not? Wee. Susan S. Weed. Wee. Oh, nice. More river rapids. Like, I'll probably look into it and find, like, there's a TV Tropes page for it or something. Ah! I was expecting something on here, like a badge or a seed. I assume nothing in the waterfall this time. Nope. Am I the idiot for looking there? Oh, hey. There we go. There is a death plane. Just thousands of units under the level. Okay. At least there is one. You get out of bounds in the right spot in Mario Odyssey, you're falling forever. Okay. I suspect there's death planes on the side of the waterfall again. Like there was in the other level. Or not this time. Done it again. Okay, I'll stop pissing about now. Hey, Alt One! There we go. Death plane! It takes a while to get back to the level. There we go. Counted that, I think, yeah. 5 or 6. Eurovision. Oh, is that? Oh yeah, that's soon, if not right now, isn't it? I quite often find myself watching Eurovision if there's like nothing else on Eurovision night. But I've kind of got disillusioned with it because a lot of the voting tends to just be political now. You know? Like the UK will never win so long as the UK is like bullying other countries, the UK won't win. It's a big game. It's a big game of popularity and political popularity. You know, it kind of takes the magic out of it just being about writing a good song. Oh, saved? Yes! I did not deserve that. Right, okay. Saved! Did you see the thing recently with Israel with with people getting removed from the building for commenting on Israel. That was mildly humorous. I don't tend to follow the news very much, but I did see that. I think people should be entitled to their opinion, even if their opinion is uncomfortable for certain groups. Provided it's not a direct attack on those people. They should have a right to their opinion. I understand I'm a bit old-fashioned in that belief. Welcome, Vlad. How's it going, Vlad? I'm here continuing to break our beloved favorite platformer, Dracamar. Actually playing this section rather vanilla and normally, but I did just a moment ago get so out of bounds it took a minute to hit a kill plane twice. But at least there was one. So I played so many 3D platformers in Unity that don't bother to have a kill plane, and you end up just like falling forever. Been playing a game about arranging 3,000 books on shelves in a library. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to spend your time doing, I mean... Who am I to tell you that chores are meant for real life and not video games? I'm not touching Eurovision controversy with a full-on radiation suit. Wise. Wise. So, at the moment, with my second YouTube channel, the Escape Route British Second, the More Escape Route, it has the same branding as the main channel, which for not having, like, ACO in the content, I feel like that's confusing. I want to put Pillage the Pile, Junk Tape Lotto, everything like that under the banner of Archive Dive. So I'm thinking about changing the name and icon of the second channel to Archive Dive. Just completely. I want to know what people think about that. Or whether Archive Dive content is better here, and that the second channel has been a waste of time. Well, the content has been split since, like, January or February last year. But I don't think that's actually been so beneficial. The idea was to keep everything gaming in one place, and everything not gaming in another place. You know, for like NG Drink previews, videotapes, stuff like that. So judging by that logic, I think I should be, keeping sort of like the NG Drink content in the same place on the second channel. videotapes and stuff on the second channel. In which case... Yeah, no, this makes sense. This makes sense. Making the second channel archive dive as opposed to more escape route. Like, specifically with the archive dive branding. Because if somebody goes to that channel at the moment and finds, like, an energy drink video or something like that, and the channel's called More Escape Route, that might confuse them. Whereas if the channel is called Archive Dive and it's Archive Dive related stuff, then it makes more sense. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. That way there's no cross-pollination. Gaming stuff remains on the gaming channel. And when I do an Archive Dive stream, I'll do it on the gaming channel, because that's where the live streams are. That's because the Archive Dive live streams tend to be like covering a, Yeah, because YouTube has the collaboration feature now. So if I do a live stream and it's an Archive Dive live stream, I can then just set it up as a collaboration with my second channel. And then it would say Escape Route British with Archive Dive. Perfect. No, this makes perfect sense. Yeah, Scott Stash. And of course, Scott the Waz's third channel, Scott the Waz Hates Breath of the Wild. Scott Hates Breath of the Wild, which is my favorite Scott the Waz channel. When Tears of the Kingdom came out, Scott Hates Breath of the Wild uploaded like 3 videos. I remember a lot of that content was tied to like his trading cards at first, and then he started making it public. Did you see that a Star Fox movie may be in the works? I did not see that, but cool. I say bring it on, especially if it's that soon. Heaven knows we need more Star Fox in our lives. Hey, Einstein, I'm on your side. That Fantastic Mr. Fox parody is so good. Fantastic Mr. Star Fox. It's like, hey, Einstein, I'm on your side. With Owen Wilson as Falco. So good. It's so funny. Okay, why have we got collision on this? Cool. There's a lot of collision up there that doesn't seem overly necessary, but cool. Is this the Christmas world? Am I in the Christmas world? Do you know if Nintendo had a contract with Sega for Lost World? Originally. I am curious how that ended up on PC, if, you know, with it being part of the 3-game agreement with Sega. Lost World, Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, and Sonic Boom, Shattered Crystal, or whatever it's called. It still pains me that that Sonic Boom game is not on a platform where it actually would have been good, like the Xbox 360. That is a possibility that they picked it solely for ease of porting. If anything, I think it might be because they made Zavok and Zaz important characters in the spin-offs, and then, you know, well, we've got to have games with Zavok and Zaz, you know, available on other platforms. Otherwise, people will go, who the hell are these guys? I don't remember them in Sonic the Hedgehog 1.
I've stayed home all year. The day I decide to go out, this is the mess I find. The whole mountain stinks of lizards. It must be crabs.
That guy's going to be our boss for this world. 100%. He's going to get filled with negative crad energy. Boom was originally supposed to be an origin story. I'm glad it wasn't. We don't need another Sonic origin story. That Boom game is a decent platformer. And I know I get a lot of shtick for saying that from, like, certain crowds of Sonic Boom haters. But it's not terrible. It's not a very good Sonic game. Huh. Yeah, I'd say that. It's not terrible. Same problem I have with, like, Forces discussion, right? It's like, yeah, no shit. If you put Sonic Forces up against, like, literally any other 3D Sonic platformer, of course Forces is gonna come up short. Is this an optional path? Yeah, it looks like I can take the ball this way as well. Okay, cool. I didn't need to follow it all the way down. Oh yeah, I love it when the camera angle decides whether or not you see the abyss below. Bold of you to assume that Sonic fans like Sonic games. That is a very good point to make. Don't mess with Sonic fans. We only like 10% of the games. the thing is, like, if a Wii U emulator like Cemu can run that game in 60 frames per second with practically no problems, and, like, up the res, just make the game look better and feel better to play, then, you know. Sure, emulating is different than, like, directly porting a game. I get that. Do you have the weird Space Invaders GameCube sequel? I don't. I wasn't aware there was a sequel to Space Invaders on the GameCube. Like, official? Because when you say, like, weird Space Invaders sequel, my mind goes immediately to, like, Invasion Day from the PS2. The weird top-down, like, sort of top-downy, over-the-shouldery, third-person shooter. The bad one. The unnecessary one. Wasn't aware of Invasion Day getting a release on the GameCube, but it might have. Curious about whether or not I can move while I'm in this camera. No. I was thinking maybe I could, if I paused or interacted at the right time. I'm not sure what kind of benefit it would give you, if any, to do that. Probably none. It is Invasion Day, it didn't have the subtitle on GameCube. Ah, right, okay. Interesting. So I was aware it was on PS2, I wasn't aware it was on GameCube. I have it on PS2 somewhere. Not here. I think in a plastic box at Garlips's house. Oh, Space Invaders from the creators of Space Invaders. Space Raiders? What's Space Raiders? Ah, Space Raiders. Right, okay. Space Raiders from the creators of Space Invaders. Why not just call it Space Invaders? How come you're not a Space Raider, Woody? He's not a raider. Oh my god, are you serious? 6 witches? It's the log. It's the Christmas log. I want the seed, but I don't want to work for it. Yeah, Alone in the Dark 4 is kind of a reboot. It's kind of like a retelling of the first game. It got released as a simple series game. Oh, that explains so much. That explains why it's so simple. They sure did. They sure did fuck up. Monumental fuck up. Must get item incorrect way. Fuck it. I'll have to come back if I need all the seeds. In one world, I did need all. I see an X. I see a little X. Hoping it was another switch for the door. Boom, Matka. Would help if I knew Catalan. Menu. Dins at Canelons, Aros de Montaña, Mel y Mato, Pastra de Music. Oh, music pasta! Oh, heck yeah. Love some musical pasta. There was also that Focus M Mega Man game in dev. The Mega Man first-person shooter from, like, Retro Studios. Is it Retro Studios? By the way, Re-Res in the eSlop video found an eShop publisher. You're talking about Spacefarer games. I have about 6 of their games in the family Steam library. So, maybe at some point we'll do a stream playing Spacefarer tiles. You're interested in this eSlop thing? Let me, link it in the, Discord. It's a good video. Nintendo Switch eSlop. Promotion. Alright, post it in the promotion channel on the Discord. It's a good video. I like Shane from Re-Res. He's pretty down to earth. During like all that like Gamergate stuff that was going on, he was like, "These people are pro Gamergate. These people are anti Gamergate. I don't care. Just play games." I'm like, you know what? That's pretty based. So I kind of liked him from like that moment in time. He's just very sort of down to earth, having fun with it. Like, obviously does the content that's gonna do well, and kind of leans into calling games bad when they're okay. Like in the case of Duke Nukem Forever. But for every misguided video like the Duke Nukem Forever one or the Sonic 06 one, there's about 4 or 5 videos of his I like. He's a content creator for whom I think he's more hit than he is miss. CIM? Does CIM sound like the way to go? It does, maybe. Where I come from, CIM stands for something else. Does not elaborate. Leaves. Yeah, the arrows are pointing that way. Makes me wonder if I've missed something. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the switch. So the switch doesn't have to be anywhere near the near the statue. My mum made me some wool socks and my feet are as warm as freshly baked bread. I wish my feet were warm. There's one switch missing. Ooh. Aha! Yay, both seeds! Someone doing Alone in the Dark 1 to 3 collection. They did, didn't they? On, like, the Evercade? Didn't the Evercade have, like, a classic Alone in the Dark collection? The Alone in the Dark games are available separately on Steam and GOG. All the collection would do is, like, put them in one place. A remaster of those games would fuck, absolutely, but the issue is that you'd essentially have to remake the games from the ground up, because they are not friendly to modern game-playing public. They are very cryptic, they are unfair, you can screw yourself out of progression very easily. They'd much sooner make a new Alone in the Dark. And they tried that, and it was bad, apparently. I've not played it. I've been waiting for it to go relatively cheap on Steam. My brother owns it physically on PS5. You know, I can borrow it anytime I like, but I'd much rather, like, own a digital copy on Steam. Own a digital copy, but still, you know. What a rascal that King Crad is. If I catch him, I'll teach him a lesson. You ain't catching anything. You ain't catching a cold. Let alone King Crad. CIM. Yeah. With Kaliu? Sure. There's an achievement for beating a level with each of the playable characters. I probably won't get that until I beat the game, because I'm kind of infatuated with Kaliu. Any collision back here? Did you think about maniac players that were going to try and go this way. Inferno. So Inferno was just the PS3 port of the Xbox 360 Alone in the Dark. And yes, they did spend a lot of time and effort on making the fire good. And I don't necessarily begrudge them for that. Because I think the fire technology is great. And I like that a lot of the puzzles revolve around finding a way to spread fire in order to scare off the fisher that's following you around. It's a game that genuinely makes you feel naked whenever you're in the dark, which for a game called Alone in the Dark is great. Ah, evil mustache man now. Nassau. Oh, he's Dingadile. Okay, got it. Three, 4, 5, 6. Right. 6. Bean! 5, 6. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Snot bubbles. Three, 4, 5, 6. Right. Phase 3. Oh, off he goes. Speaking of Crash 4, I wonder if these like grind rail sections are like inspired by that in particular. So I know that game has a lot of grind rail sections, like a lot of them. He has a jolly laugh. He seems like a jolly man, doesn't he? But not have the snot drop on me. There we go. That was a scary boss fight, though.
What on earth was that? That was awful. My nose was frozen like an ice cube, and my head felt tight, like when you have a cold. Well, thank goodness you helped me get rid of this cold.
I said he wasn't even capable of catching a cold. And he caught a cold. I stand corrected. Raw.
Oh, come on. This is impossible.
I feel better when I rescued that flower. Aww. I feel so bad. Poor flower. Shop. Yay! The moons! I love the moons in this game. They're so cute. They're so heartwarming. Aww. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba. Plot twist, you're playing as the villain. I would hate that. Genuinely, I would hate that. Oh, they don't show the cutscene now. Has that been patched? Used to show a cutscene where it zoomed in. When you bought something in the shop, and it doesn't. I wonder if the game had a patch to remove that little cutscene. To be fair, that did pad the game's runtime out considerably. So I got most of the seeds. Why did the new Alone in the Dark fail? I don't know. Assuming it did fail, assuming that its sales were bad, because I don't know for a fact. I don't have, like, the figures. Sales figures. Assuming it did fail, to be honest, I think it's lack of brand recognition, maybe? I mean, like, you mention Alone in the Dark. Sure, there's a bunch of people that know what Alone in the Dark is. But there's way more people who know what, like, Resident Evil is opposed to, like, Alone in the Dark, right? I think that's probably the case. That it's, like, that maybe it's name recognition more than anything else. Think I've got all 4 gold seeds I need. I think it's only 4 gold seeds to access this fight, innit? Yeah.
The time has come. With this super spring, you can reach Draclantis. It has been very difficult for you to get here. And I know you had to overcome many problems and dangers. But Draclantis is far worse than you can imagine. Despite this, I am sure you will succeed once again and free Kuroki. Good luck.
Thank you, Petra. It would have been impossible without you. Don't worry, we'll be back very soon. Eagle, it's time! Super transformation!
That piece of music gets very Mario Galaxy. Up we come. Boing. Friends and foes. I've heard that Alone in the Dark tried to reinvent itself after 3. Yeah, pretty much. Because Alone in the Dark 4 was attempting the Resident Evil formula. Ah! Let me up there! I want to explore out of bounds! Alright.
I have a little surprise for you. You'll see.
If Alone in the Dark stuck to what made Alone in the Dark, there's no way the franchise would have lasted even as long as it has. Because what made Alone in the Dark was it being incredibly fucking cryptic. Resident Evil came along and proved you could do horror without it being, like, unnecessarily cryptic and complicated. Resident Evil also brought, like, a lot more of sort of the combat to a survival horror game and more of the sort of item management. Alone in the Dark was more sort of about getting the right items and then finding the solution to puzzles. If I tried to play one of the original Alone in the Dark games nowadays, I would probably hate it. I would probably hate it. But I could probably play something like Alone in the Dark 4 and enjoy it. Because it borrowed the right things from Resident Evil and other survival horror games. It'd be like going back and trying to play Crash Bandicoot 1 now after I played, like, Crash 3. Actually, I don't think that's a fair comparison. Because even Crash 1 holds up. Alone in the Dark 1 to 3 really don't. There's probably people out there that are big Alone in the Dark fans that probably disagree with my statement. I mean, all the more power to them. Do you think Alone in the Dark will get another game? Yeah, absolutely. In the same way that I think, like, Asterix and Obelix will get another game, right? It's like, there are certain franchises that just, I guess, never die. Ah! I've heard that new Alone in the Dark is okay. Like, it's not a bad game, is what I've heard. I'm just waiting until it's a more respectable price. Or until my key requests get fulfilled, you know? No! Right, time to beat the shit out of Oki. Yeah. Like, if it goes down to something like a $5 on Loaded, then maybe. Maybe I'd consider it. I'm trying to do something that I need Oki for. Totally forgot I just lost my, my friend. I'm not sure if that's what they want me to do. Probably not. I'm actually curious. What does that go for on Loaded at the moment? Loaded. Alone in the Dark. So the Alone in the Dark that came out 2024, £6.19. Hold up. That's literally around the $5 price. Just double check that Garlips hasn't bought it at some point, and I'm not aware. Nope. We have Alone in the Dark 1, 2, 3, 2008, and New Nightmare. Okay. I'll get it. I'll get it later. £6.19. Sure. Sure, why not? Is that like a separate thing, or is that just this is the same as the first chapter from the full game, so you may as well just get the full game kind of thing? Because if it's just like the first chapter from the game, then I'll just play it. I'll have to look it up, but chances are it's just like a demo of like the first chapter from the game or whatever. In which case, there's no need.
What a lucky break! It's you again, Eco. I was really scared. You're such a joker, Eco.
It's the final countdown.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh wait, no, this isn't mixtape. Leave the flower alone. Leave the flower alone. Robocrad. This looks somewhat serious, actually. Oh. Can I knock those back? No. Okay. Noted. So 3 attacks. Ah! There we go. I use LT then. Okay. Any health between phases? Doesn't look like it. Unless this attack will, like, leave a heart behind. Hearts between phases? No. Okay, I know what's coming now. Seems like the attacks, the attack order changes. So I think the hand was first, wasn't it, before? Yeah. These are the fireballs. Oh, man. Seriously? Yeah, the earlier bosses in this game did between the attack phases, but not this boss. Which is probably deliberate. That's okay, I'm going into this phase with 3 hit points now. Ha! Hey, they did give me some health. Nice one. So it's the fist attack that that leaves the heart behind. Reminds me of a sketch from, I think, maybe it was College Humor or somebody like that back in the day, where it's like Dr. Wily complaining to his robot masters that he makes. Because he's like, and what's this?
Damn
It's shaped
rats.
like Mega Man's head.
This
It's
will be
designed for
here.
Mega Man.
We'll meet again.
It's like if you don't want the hero to win, why do you drop like a 1-up that's shaped after their face?
Don't worry, Kuroki. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. Big girl, big girl.
Big girl, big girl, big girl.
Big girl.
We did it. I'll have a
And
look at
that's
cleanup
how
after the
Kuroki
credits.
flower took root again in Corelia, making Dracamar's heart beat again. And everyone lived in peace and harmony. Until the flying pyramid came down from the sky, of course.
Oh?
But that's another story.
Oh.
Which
Sequel
I might
baiting.
tell you someday.
Sequel baiting? The flying pyramid. Oh, man. You can't sequel bait me. That's not fair. So I'm curious about that area in the world map, because there's an area to the right. I assume that we will have unlocked the ability to buy a bridge to there, having beaten the game. Dracamar 2. I'm ready for Dracamar 2. I want Dracamar to take off as an IP, as an intellectual property. Public relations, look at that. Jesus. I was in contact with him in the lead up to the game's release. It's through Jesus I got a key, so very much appreciate that. So, presumably, I've now unlocked the bridge to the right. That area to the right of the world map has to be something. Surely. What is that? What is that area if I can't get to it? There's a whole landmass over there with, like... the level. Oh! That is somewhere I've already been. I think. It's just attached to another part of land. Alright, take care, Jacob. Thanks for coming. Actually, I'm not convinced that that's an area I've been to. It shows as an area, like... it shows as a circular level with a path, but it shows as one I've not played. It shows with a path, which implies that it's somewhere I can go to. How do I get over there? Where does that go? Oh, onto the rooftop. about that door? No, that's Terraca. What am I missing in terms of achievements? I don't think it completely tells me in this game. Oh, together we will make it. There is one more achievement to get. And that's for playing with the 3 characters in at least one level. I wonder if we can make that count by switching between them in one level. Let's have a look for a level I don't have everything in. Vineyard Hazard. That's the one with the rain? Not the one I'm thinking of. Oh, this is the one with the music that sounds like Let It Be. Right, so what I'm missing in this level is 1 seed. Checkpoint. Technically, that's one character. That's all 3 characters in one level. See what happens when I finish the level with Esperna. What it probably keeps track of is how many levels you've finished with each character. So seed number 2 probably means it's further in the level, right? Na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na. Right. There are sort of like signposts that indicate which way is the right way. Like, maybe I'm just dense, but I don't remember seeing them before. It might just be that I'm dense. But now I kind of have an idea where is the beaten path and where is the way I have to go. Because I've noticed the signposts. So that should help with 100%ing some of the levels. And you know what? When I started this playthrough, I said it was going to be a 100% playthrough. So let's stick to that. There's probably going to be at least one more part of Dracamar. Because I did say it would be a 100% playthrough when I started it. Thankfully, it seems to be that the game doesn't really care about how many, cages you've destroyed. Oh, that's the one I got. Okay. Doesn't seem to care about how many cages you collect. Because it doesn't seem to track that, necessarily. So what I should focus on is just, getting all the seeds. And then seeing if that unlocks that part of the map that I couldn't get to. Want the seeds? Yeah, I want cheesy poos. I mean, yeah, I want seeds. I want to talk about this, this video series idea that kind of stems from the archive dive stuff. I recently acquired a 512 megabyte Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo, and I went through it. It was a charity shop purchase, so I went through, and there were actually some photos on there taken with like a Sony DSC 500 whatever digital camera. And I did some data recovery on it and found a couple more photos on it. And, well, yeah, I got it thinking, oh, it's a PSP memory card. Maybe it'll have some PSP stuff on it, right? So I got it, and it turned out to be from a digital camera instead. So then I got hold of another Memory Stick Pro Duo. A 32 gig one, right? I'm like, okay, I wonder what's on this one. Oh, no collision. I wonder what's on this one. And I'm like, 32 gig? Oh, this is great. This will be all PSP stuff. This will be like homebrew and ISOs. Oh god, Kotaku did a Sea of Thieves article. Uh-oh. What did they say? What did they say? So, I put this 32 gigabyte PSP memory card in my computer, right? And I see folders like ISO, PSP, game, you know, MP root. I'm like, SE plugins. I'm like, oh, so this person's using a custom firmware. Cool. All the folders were empty except for save data, which had one save for cars on PSP where they had played like 2 whole races. And when I did data recovery on the PSP, all I could find was a previous cars save that was overwritten. Oh yeah, that's right! There was a guy who asked that his like cosmetic in the game be removed because Sea of Thieves had like put this person in a position of like power and authority, and he's like, well, I want my cosmetic removed. And then all the people online are like, he wants his cosmetic removed. Who the hell even is he? I've never heard of him before. Right. Empty triangle. Yeah, no, I remember reading about that now. Yeah. Oh. Wow. It can happen in any community, really. It can happen in any community. That's no like forgiveness for it, but it's like you would like to think that more due diligence for due diddlers could be done, wouldn't you? Generally. But then again, if you're not given any reason to suspect, how would you know? You would think, especially if you're like some big company like Rare, you would put more time and effort into vetting that stuff. You have like a reputation. people making fun of him like, this is the first time I've even heard of you. It's like, well, video game media, like YouTubers are a big thing, you know? There are people who know who I am in like the Sonic community. But am I well known outside of like certain online communities? No. Someone would say the same thing about me, like, who the hell are you? I've never heard of you. It's like... That is true. That is true. They don't tend to make it obvious. I tend to find that anybody who, like, virtue signals is definitely someone to be wary of. Like, in my experience. If you're someone that's always like, oh, that's awful, I can't believe people would say that or do that, and you're constantly speaking like that, I would be suspicious. But generally, it's hard to tell outside of like a feeling or like an ick you get from someone. It's hard to tell. So maybe I can cut Rare some slack in this instance. Like, they weren't to necessarily know. Right. Huh. Interesting. So you kind of had a feeling that they were up to no good. Ah, I saw a little path to the side. I'm like, great, this is the seed I'm missing. No, it's just a lunchbox full of stars. That's my favorite Coldplay song. A lunchbox full of stars. I wanted a seed. Yeah, when I see someone that says this whole community banned me for no reason, like that kind of talk makes me go, for no reason, eh? You know. Generally, if a website or community bans you, they probably have a good reason for it. Generally. Sometimes it can be because they're overly sensitive and prudish. Yeah, it can be a them being proud of it situation, but it can also be a them not wanting it to come out situation. So if they say it was for no reason, nobody will go digging. Because if you're up to no good and you're always virtue signaling, the last thing you want is for anybody to actually think that you're doing the things that you accuse others of. Yeah, it's not like you can say this one person is responsible for this happening. You know, outside of the one person that actually is responsible, you know what I mean? Everybody has to sort of agree to be more sort of tuned in and turned on to it next time. And to use what they've seen in this occasion to help them suss out when someone is being, like, dodgy. Yeah. There's a saying, don't shit where you eat. And it's true. Keep your personal life out of your internet life, and generally, you're okay. Don't shit where you eat. I think a lot of people forget that. So I have no idea where this last seed is meant to be. It's just down here or something. Starting to feel like I've missed it again. So we're right near the end of the level here. No collectibles back here? No. Online caricature. Vlad is an online caricature, confirmed. Well, knowing you're a caricature, Vlad, now, I know I don't have to take you completely seriously all the time. Where could that last seed be? Been over there. Been over there. That's all scenery. Where's that last seed hiding? I'll tell you what, this is one of those games where, like, the collectibles are really well hidden. Because I swear I comb these levels with a fine-tooth comb and I still miss stuff. Been up there. Try avoiding stuff without seeing it until, like, you're right about to hit it. I take it you're not meant to go through the levels backwards. Still, that camera angle is ass. There's no way it's right after the first seed. Because the first seed is literally on the left up here. I get it. I don't need to 100% for the achievements in this game. They're actually relatively fair. You get them all mostly from a single playthrough. But part of me wants to 100% this. Do it, do it, do it, do it. I'm trying! Some of these collectibles are well hidden. So that's where seed number 1 was, right? They're not going to put seed number 2 right next to seed number 1. No collision on these. Okay. If it was seed number 2, it would appear in the seed number 2 position on the HUD. The game is relatively good about that. It's possible that this is the one time it doesn't. Like, I'm trying to get a good, like, aerial view of the level to see if there's anything I might have missed. Areas that I might have missed. But besides going out of bounds, there really isn't that many areas I haven't been to in this level, surely. Other than running around the out of bounds, I mean, that's something. I'm expecting to hit a death plane soon. Getting ads for places. Humana, humana! I did it, everyone! I'm successful! I'm well known! No, I wouldn't go that far. Are you in the Dover or Kent area and in need of furniture? Well, you're in luck. Come to Sweet World. That's the one I keep getting in my local area. Come to Sweet World in Dover to get your furniture. Ah, there we go. I knew going out of bounds would be the answer. Right, the question is, how do I get that? Whereabouts is that? Dover? Bend over? What is this? A Pleasant Green video? He uses the pseudonym Bend Over just to, like, point out the absurdity of these scammers that just call any name without, like, thinking about what it is. It wasn't around the side of this area. It's around the side of this area, wasn't it? So what I need to figure out is how I'm getting there. Reverse engineering. Oh man, it's here! I feel stupid for not seeing it there. I also feel extra stupid for having to go out of bounds to find it. That's funny. That the solution for me to finding the collectible was to run around the out of bounds of the level. Hey, it worked! A method's a method. I'm going to be bringing back the t-shirt soon. Seeing as the link came up in chat and mentioned the website for buying a t-shirt. Because I'm now in a position where if somebody bought 10 t-shirts, I wouldn't be bankrupted. I'll put them up with, like, very limited availability. Is that a me problem or a design problem? I got a copy of this game for free, so it's a me problem. I'm kidding, but at the same time. Want more t-shirt prompts? Not right now. I'll probably bring back old designs first. I got my heart set on doing a proper version of the Shiho jump shirt that's a bit less, that's still mean, but less mean. Correct answer. I'm actually a mole for the publisher. the name of the game that you it's in the stream title. I can't see the stream title. I'm watching the stream. Valid point. You don't even need to say it. This is Dracamar from P2 Studio and 3Cat. 3Cat are a Catalan-based game development studio. They have made a game called Mana Irons, which looks pretty good. At some point relatively soon, I expect I will play Mana Irons. Right, the secrets of the forest are missing a badge. That seems to be all the game really cares about. In terms of, like, keeping track. But when you hover over a level, it tells you whether you've got all the seeds in it. Right, so I got both seeds. Have I done the Tadanet? Yeah, I have. Okay. Secrets of the Forest. I'm missing a badge. I'll probably play Mana Irons at some point relatively soon, I suspect. This is P2 Studios' first self-published game, which, you know, is pretty big for them because, you know, up until now they've been the developer and not the publisher on, like,
Mokies. What a disaster. Be careful.
Peppa Pig games and stuff like that. It did, like, Peppa Pig, I think they did, possibly a Bratz or an LOL surprise game. They did, Monster High, Skulltimate Secrets. So generally they've been the developer on, like, various licensed games and not really working with their own IP. So it's kind of a big deal, a game like Dracamar, because it's them actually getting to do their own thing. Their own IP, their own characters, their own ideas. Yeah, for a studio that up until now has only done licensed games for, like, popular IPs. It really is huge that they're able to put something out that's their own work. And that's why I had my eyes on this. Because, you know, I play a lot of those licensed children's games on Escape Room streams. There's no sugaring the pill. I play that shit. I play that shit and I enjoy that shit. Because generally I see really good developers, like, cut their teeth on that and then go on to make something that's, like, really special. And Dracamar, sure, is not, like, it's not gonna set the world on fire. It's not the most amazing thing out there. Of course it isn't. But it's a labor of love by, like, a developer that's gone stir crazy making kids games for, like, major companies. Yeah, this is very solid for their own original IP, not something that's constrained to LOL Surprise, Monster High, Bratz, you know. They've created a world and characters and a story and universe all their own. And in the email communication that I had with P2 Studio, they are looking to turn Dracamar into a proper, like, mixed media franchise. They want to do a cartoon, comics, toys, and now, as made evident by the game's sequel baiting, a sequel. And I just really hope it takes off for them. Because it's obvious from this they've got the chops for it. And I'm not just saying that just because they gave me a key, right? I get publisher opportunities all the time. And I'm not saying that to brag. Genuinely, I am very lucky, and or I've put in the effort and it's just paying off. And where am I going with this? I get publisher opportunities quite often, and it's for a publisher whose work I like and enjoy, but also I'll get opportunities that are for publishers I've never heard of, and I will play their game and I will do the coverage, and then that's it, and the coverage is done, right? And I move on. In quite a few cases, it's just kind of like that. With Dracamar, it's different. It was on my radar for a very long time. Basically, since I played the demo in Steam Next Fest last year, so like June or July time. I think it was June. Because I think it was when the Switch 2 came out. Because my Switch 2 arrived in the mail while I was streaming Steam Next Fest stuff. Do we see the badge anywhere? Once again, I'm using out of bounds to find the badges. Guess I'm back in bounds, yeah. Watch the first one literally be, like, behind the starting point or something. Just to spite me. I played P2 Studios' Monster High game, Monster High Skulltimate Secrets, as part of the Monster High tier list. And that was the P2 Studio game that really made me sort of like open my eyes to them as a developer. That game has excellent art design. Sure, a lot of that is down to it being the Monster High license, but like the character models are good and clean and well detailed. Game has a great like high level of saturation. Like, it's colorful and bouncy. I see something. Oh, was that the LT on that sign? I think it was the LT on that sign. box. It's the first badge. I would expect it to be quite early in the level. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a significant ways in. Maybe it's past that locked cage. That just feels a bit late in the level for the first badge. I'll give them credit, you know. A lot of 3D platformers just sort of go through the motions, and the collectibles are, like, basically right off the beaten track. They're basically seconds away from, like, the main path. The collectibles in this are genuinely well hidden, to the point where I have no idea where the hell they are. Maybe? It's a switch. Oh, right, no, that's the way you have to go. You can see this becoming one of those cult classics. I think so. I think so. I think this game has amazing potential in the speedrun scene, I think. And that's because you've got... Oh, there we go. That's the badge I'm missing. You've got speedrun tech like roll, jump, jump, spin, roll again for distance. Like, there's a... I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not. But I can see the speedrun tech in this. It's like being able to see the lines of code in the Matrix, you know? It's... And, like, in terms of speedrunning in this game, there's so many, like, gates and stuff. You can just jump around. You don't even need to activate. Let's have a look at this gate up here, right? Need 2 switches to open it, right? Let's have a look. No collision on that one, okay. Still early days to be ruling this as unbreakable. That one's got no collision as well. Okay. Obviously, the ones right by the door are going to have no collision. But you could, in theory... Ah, there's a ceiling there. Oh, you put a ceiling there. Oh, Pettoon Studio, you put a ceiling there. Oh, that's super cool. An invisible wall there. Ah. Okay, I will find an incorrect way around it. I got to prove my point. Another invisible wall! Ah! Okay, maybe you do have to open this gate then. I stand corrected. I'll find a way around it someday.
Remember that you can easily jump from wall to wall. to reach higher places.
Right, just need to beat it quickly now. I'm stuck in the 2D there. There's probably like entire paths through these levels that just revolve around running around the entire like skybox.
Watch out! That Moki has protections, and your spins won't affect them. Try using the stomp to attack them from above.
That's what I get for trying to go the long way round. Alright. That's one way.
Hold on tight. It's time to fly.
No, stop. Flying is too slow. Now, this is one where I think you have to go this way. Yeah. There's no, like, combination of jumps that will get you over that gap. Unless there's some kind of infinite air trick that I'm not aware of. There we go. Finish at least one level with Fok, Kaliu, and Esperna each. Right, does that count as getting all the badges, right? Even though I didn't get the third badge. Not sure what the point in getting more stars is now that I've got all the items from the shops. Yeah, that counts as all the badges now. It does keep track of how many cages you've got. Interesting. So I'm missing 2 cages in The Trouble Begins in Giroira. Come on, that's obviously a path. That's obviously an area. How do I open that? There's a door leading to it. And it's glowing as if to say, I'm a new level. Good night. There's one badge missing. I have to see. Right. Middle badge is missing. Let's see if I can get up there without the... Yeah, I can. not quite that way. So that's not an option. Oh, that does hurt. Okay, cool. Is that the other switch for the door? It is, yeah. Is there anything else hiding around this start area? Yeah, no real way through there but to get those. It's just a platform down there. Oh, that's right. I remember the first time I figured out how to cross long distances with the jumps was in this area. Really is a lot of value in the platforming in this, like a lot of movement. It's no Hat in Time, but I mean, what is? Besides Hat in Time, of course. Should I do Hat in Time? I mean, I played it back when it came out, but that was a very long time ago. And now, like, all the DLCs and stuff have come out for it. It's an excuse to draw Eiko as Hat Kid. I'm sure the UK government won't kick up a fuss if I draw Eiko as Hat Kid, right? So what's the point of this, then? It's just to force me to platform the other way around. That's the way I gotta go, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a kite that takes me to here. Oh, that's a light. I thought for a minute that was the badge I was missing. It's a shame it doesn't really tell you which cages you're missing. You kind of just have to play through the level again, attempting to get everything. To hopefully find the cages you're missing. Now, I'm sorry, but you can't just tempt me with areas over here. Ugh. That had no collision. I'm not giving up on that area. Right, so the top of that will be solid. I'm gonna go over there. I want to see what's up there. And I could totally make that. Yeah, okay. Solid up here. So is this the... This is the start of the level. Yeah. It's the place I was at the beginning. That's where that collectible was earlier. Right, so there's actually no benefit to being up here. Actually, that's not entirely true. Because what's that glowing thing over there? Oh, that's the seed. Okay. Just spotted something to the side here. I get the feeling that's maybe one of the cages I was missing, so I don't remember going down there. Oh, log. Yeah. Oh, I did this last time, didn't I? You remember? I did that last time. And I ended up finding a way back round. Yeah. Being able to climb up. I forgot I did that last time. So this was how I got the seed. Yeah. And I did get that seed already, so that's fine. So you could cut off like a decent chunk of this level just by doing that platforming over the rocks at the beginning. You could cut off like a good 20 seconds of the level. I should stop looking at this with speedrunner time saves in my eyes. I can't allow that to happen. I can't allow myself to become a Dracamar speedrunner. I can't. I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not. Anything in the waterfall? Yep. Do. Take that, you mokey bastard. Okay. That wall not very useful. Ah, there's got to be something going on here, surely. Bruh. Na 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 na. You could kind of ignore the platforming here and just do this. Good, like. Could do that. And then if you roll properly here, maybe that would save you slamming down on the platform. Save you time. I haven't even seen badge 1. Well, in badge 2. Nothing down there. Nothing down there. Like, it's Bowser in the sky that makes me look all around the edge of platforms. It's Mario 64 I can blame for that. Interesting. I could control while the screen was blacked out. I'm not sure if that has any practical use, but hell, that's cool. Right, I remember doing some silly platforming around here when I got here the first time. That seed, yeah, that seed I got, that was a jet stream. Yeah, right, okay, I remember now. So, King... All I could do is keep trying combinations until it works, right? I know that King is correct. You know what? King is wrong. That is wrong. There we go. There's the middle one. That's the badge I was missing. Yeah, brute force. Wonder if there's any DLC planned for this. I mean, the easy thing, like the broke option, is to do like costume DLC. like the high effort thing would be new levels. I definitely got that cage before. Not taking any chances here. Oh, that's the exit already? Oh. I think I said that the same thing last time. I wonder what those squares are for, specifically. When they to make a bridge or something? Not that bridges are much of a necessity in this game, since you can do a lot of fancy platforming anyway. You're maybe not supposed to be able to do. Anything around here? Where am I now? Oh, that's where right, that's the thing where you need the 3 things in, yeah. Not that you need them. Just clip it in from the back. It is genuinely very satisfying to play this game the wrong way. And I'm sure P-Toon Studio and 3Cat are like well aware that me playing a game like this comes from a place of love. I destroy the games I'm playing out of love. Hopefully I got the cage I'm missing. Yeah. I got the cage I was missing. So that's all 3 badges for that one. Jagged Mountain, I am missing a cage. I feel like the cages are the least important, like, thing. I can go through and fix that at, like, a... Can I not change wardrobe from here? Oh, I need, like, a specific wardrobe square, don't I? I could do it from a checkpoint in a level. Can Fanga. Do I have enough seeds now? Yeah, I do. Alright, reaching for the sky, I'm missing a seed. Perfect. Let's do this. Oh, this is the one with the river rapids. Yes, that's right. The first seed was behind a waterfall. And it took me forever to find it. The piece of music's come back. There's nothing back there. Right, I've looked down here, but let's come down here again. Don't think there's anything down here. A cage. Nothing under there. That was a cage. If there was a way through there, could you imagine how much time you'd cut off? Oh, wait, no, that's not somewhere you have to go. That's just for the log. But for a minute, that was a theoretical shortcut. There I am, talking about theoretical shortcuts. Do I have to bite the bullet and become a speedrunner for this? Let's try not to get my ass kicked. Right, this was the bit with the weird collision, wasn't it? So I'm looking for is any, like, obvious indication of the second seed. Which is much later in the level than this, so even if I did have a clear sight at it, it probably wouldn't even show for, like, pop-in reasons. Whee! That's on me. I get the feeling the second seed is going to be right near the exit. But right near the exit is the second river rapid section. And I've tried jumping into the waterfall at the second river rapid section, and it's a death plane. Because the first seed is actually behind here. Oh wait, no, this was a cage. I think it was a bit where you, like, walk across a bridge. You can jump into the waterfall. And that's quite near the end of the stage as well. I need that second seed. It's the badge. Ah, I missed it again. I didn't actually pick up the badge last time. I managed to miss both sets of collectibles. Right, that switch opens a cannon that allows you to get back up. Yeah, or a door. Same deal. The first seed I want to say is in this area, and you walk across a bridge and there's a waterfall. Is it this area? It's just a cage. What's with the line on the wall here? Makes me think there's something there. Right. That's where we have to go. This is the bit with the waterfall that has the first seed hiding behind it. Second seed is obviously not going to be before the first seed. Unless the seeds don't actually appear in their designated order in the HUD. But I get the feeling they do. Ah. Let me on top of that ear. Let me on top of that ear. There we go. Ah. Mistimed the jump. Tough break. That's on me. If I am to assume that they appear in... Fuck. If they appear in order on the HUD, then the second seed has got to be from this point. Got to be somewhere from this point to the exit. Which is not a lot of level. It's not a lot of level at all. That was Moki. I remember seeing that before and going, oh yeah! And then realizing it was just Moki. Right, okay. Not expecting someone to walk back here and see the gap in the scenery. There it is. How did I miss that? I feel stupid for missing that. Well, to be fair, like if there was a gap in the fence or something, it'd be slightly more obvious. I want to see what the different outfits look like on Esperna. Well, now I have all the items in this level. All the cages, all the seeds, all the badges. It's another level I can tick off now. It's time for bonus game! I'll probably go another 20 minutes or so. One more cleared up level. Look at that, 14. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. That's a level I haven't played. That's that level that's off in the distance. Walls of Terrica. There's got to be a door or something I've just neglected. Yeah, it's here. Ah, there's still more collectibles to get! There's an entirely new level to play! I had the feeling I had, you know, missed a level somewhere. Looks like there's a lot of fun platforming opportunities here. Rubs palms. Says he's gonna play the level properly, immediately gets in and starts breaking it. Would you expect anything different? Look at the amount of height in this level. It's almost like this level was made for me. The height you can achieve is insane. That's our exit. Okay. Real question is if you can get up on the skybox. Because if you can get up on the skybox, then this level is a joke. But I feel like the skybox is just high enough that, like, it wouldn't be possible. Aha! They want you to do a roll jump there to get the height. Take that, silly flower. Puncturing my groove like that. Okay. Can't walk on the windowsills. Alright. down here? Oh, just a way up. Right. In particular use for coming up here? No, not particularly. A sign pointing that way. So let's try down here. That's onto the rooftop I already got onto. Okay. Alright. Wow. Actually took a damage death in a platforming level. I should just pack it in. X. So I'm missing one. Already. Interesting. This level is laid out like completely different to other levels in the game. Actually, it kind of reminds me of that one city level we played, where there was 3 switches to open a gate to get up to the top, but like the city was really sort of open-ended. This level is sort of similarly open-ended. A lot of freedom to the order you take the challenges in this level. You can sort of go forwards through them, backwards through them. Ah, seed! Is there another way through to the seed area? I think presumably that, yeah. So that was the gate switch, so you need the gate switch to get that seed. Unless there's a way through. Oh, more levels like this, please. If you do level DLC, more levels like this, please. More like depth and opportunities to explore. Oh, damn it. Now that I've had the idea that I can catch this from the other way, I'm going to catch it from the other way. Why wouldn't I? I've just had the idea. I had the idea. I'm going to break the rules. Ha 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 ha! That's all 3 badges. I haven't been down there. There's stars down here. I haven't been here yet. Path up here. So let's just paths back to earlier parts of the level in this particular stage. Multiple ways of getting to the same collectible. Just another way to that collectible I just got. An easier way to the collectible than the way I took. Really is a lot of freedom to explore in this one. I might have a favorite level, and it might be this one. Second seed's probably in this area somewhere. Speak. You got something for me? That's our exit. But I'm not ready for the exit just yet. Alright, I was about to say, I wasn't ready for the exit yet. Seeing a noticeable path to the second seed. Some of that pop-in and culling does sometimes, like, whack you in the face with something you feel like you should have seen. Thankfully, it's not that often, but still. I do get a face full of obstacles sometimes where I'm expecting to be fine. Down there. That's our exit. It's on top of that rooftop now. Right. Seed. Do I see latent seed anywhere? All I'm asking for is, like, the seed in my face. You know? The seed visible in front of me. That's all I want. Get the feeling that the second one is in that part of town specifically. Just because I've been everywhere else in the area. I mean, if I was hiding it, I would hide it in this area. Yeah. If I was hiding it, I'd hide it in this area. Because it's a bit of a landmark. Right, so I'm missing 2 cages. Like, how much do I care about cages? Like... Huh. I had no idea I could whack trees. I think I do care enough about cages. Have I even been in this part of town yet? Yes, because I've destroyed enemies here. Fair enough. Kind of combing through the level one more time for any cages I might have missed. I feel like if I did, they would, again, be fairly well hidden if I missed them. Since I've been, you know, relatively thorough. Well, actually, no. With this level, I have not been thorough. You know I'm lying when I say that. Because I've been jumping around on random rooftops. Just kind of seeing where I can get to, how high I can jump. So I probably have missed a bunch of stuff. there's one over there on a rooftop I've missed. Well, if the other one is that obvious, then it shouldn't take that long to find it. It's not that obvious. Ah, ha, 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 you fucker! And there I was thinking I was just gonna waltz on over the top of the level like that, out of bounds the whole time. It's my punishment for being a cheeky son. I'm gonna take one more shot at that rooftop. Yes! Right. Surely being high up and out of bounds will help me find the cage I'm missing, right? It's a solid plane down there. Obviously seems like somewhere I absolutely should not go, so let's go there. Yeah, not solid. So where's that last cage? Let me go back to the last part of town. I'm so glad the game unstucks you, like, when you get in a wall. Ooh. Coins here. Aha! That's just a side alley leading to where I've been. I was kind of hoping there'd be, like, a cage hiding in a doorway down here or something. You know, if it's in a doorway, then that explains why I haven't seen it. If it's hidden in, like, a little tiny spot out of the way. That's one I got. There's that last cage hiding. destroyed cage. This path I took up. Whoops. There's a briefcase I've missed. That's not an indicator of something else being nearby. Cage. I got. This was the alleyway I've already been down. Didn't have anything. Maybe I can get the camera in the wall and no. I was hoping maybe I could get the camera to go in the wall and show me.
Okay.
If I miss it, I have to come back. That's the thing. If I'm that serious about 100%ing this, I'll have to come back. No way I've missed it in this part of town. Again, I feel like I've been... Yeah, I did. It's hanging from a fucking tree. Unbelievable. Right, okay, we got everything. What I'm not understanding is why all of a sudden I can jump out of a roll in the air. Roll, jump, jump, spin, spin, roll, and then I could jump again. It's weird. I shouldn't be able to. Roll, jump, jump, spin, spin, roll, jump. Why could I get another jump? That's... Unfortunately, it's not an infinite. But it's still pretty powerful. Still pretty meaty. Okay. I think we have one more stream left in getting 100%. There is a lot of levels that need replaying. Hey! It said 200! You robbed me of 50 stars! How dare! And now we can make the bridge back. Oh, so the bridge goes the other way. Oh, this was a farm, not a shop. Okay.
Thanks for the tip.
So all that really does is just build a bridge back. Alright, so what's left? In terms of badges... 1, 2, 3... 3 levels where I'm missing 1 badge. And of course there's a handful of levels where I'm missing cages, but cages are... I mean, I'm sure they count towards 100%, but like... they're not on a page like that is. I say I focus on getting the badges on the next part of Dracamar, and then... yeah, I focus on getting the badges on the next part, and then if I feel like I want to get the cages, then I can carry on into that, I think. The cages are a little bit more assy to find. Well, thank you very much for coming. I'm going to go now. I'm going to get some sleep. I think tomorrow night I might be doing something with Anne. I think maybe we might be doing some Lego Star Wars. I think that's the current plan. Then Saturday night I'm working, so Saturday night is not a stream, and then Sunday I'm working in the morning until sort of 3 in the afternoon, and then family's coming round, so don't expect anything on Saturday or Sunday. I'll see you after tomorrow's stream with Anne. I'll see you again on Monday for I don't know what yet, but I'll figure it out. Alright, until next time, if we live that long, take care. Bye-bye for now.